A San Diego man who says he is British nobility sells some of his expensive jewelry collection at local charity auctions.
But a Team 10 investigation found one case where the item he's selling isn't worth what he claims. Team 10 investigator Mitch Blocker also discovered serious flaws in his credentials. Mitch.
Guys, the seller calls himself the Baron and his wife the Baroness. Our Team 10 investigation started with a watch that the Baron donated for a fundraiser.
So this is the watch. It's got a price tag on it for $4,200.
Joel, who only wanted us to use his first name, bought a private label watch at a school charity auction this spring for $1,100. He thought it was a bargain. Its value was listed at more than $4,000. But he later wondered about the watch's brand name and contacted Team 10. We took it to a watch expert in Point Loma. What would you say to somebody who paid $4,000 for that watch?
Terribly sore. The watch as a whole, I would say in the neighborhood of $100.
The school took the watch back, but Team 10 remained curious. We began looking at the source for the watch, the owner of Baron and Baroness Jewels. His name is William David Levitt. He also goes by David. He told us in an email, quote, "Our watches use Swiss parts and are assembled in the United States." Levitt claims the watches range from $3,800 to $65,000. He wrote, "We sell the majority of our product through the Saks Fifth Avenue Corporation." The Saks store in Costa Mesa did not have the watches, and the salesperson had never heard of the brand. Saks' corporate office in New York told us Levitt's jewelry items are available at certain stores during periodic trunk sales. Baron and Baroness is not just in the business name. The Levitts claim they are nobility, the Baron and Baroness of Westminster. Is there a Baron of Westminster?
No, there isn't.
Doesn't exist.
No. Complete fraud.
Richard, Earl of Bradford, is the real deal. We checked with nobility experts in England. Richard makes a hobby of exposing phony titles through his website, faketitles.com.
They think it's going to give them a certain social status or prestige. The trouble is, most of the time when these people get caught out, it does completely the opposite. It destroys any credibility that they've actually got.
That got Team 10 looking at other claims Levitt made. His website says he has a bachelor's degree from San Diego State University, a graduate gemologist degree from the Gemological Institute of America, and what Levitt calls an honorary PhD from UCLA. We contacted each school. None had any record of the degrees he claims. As to the claims about the jewelry the Baron sells, we found he offered to split the take on these visually stunning pieces for a silent auction benefiting UC San Diego's Health Center earlier this year. His wife models them in this photo. It's alleged they were owned by Elizabeth Taylor. Team 10 found the Taylor jewels were originally auctioned by Christie's auction house for $60,000. Christie's would not reveal the buyer's name. 2 months later, Levitt listed what is apparently the same set at $1.2 million, promising half of the proceeds to the UC Health Center. It didn't sell. When Team 10 asked to see the appraisal, Levitt turned us down. What do you want to say to him? Anything you want to say to him if you could?
Well, just, if he's taking advantage of people who show up at charity auctions, that's not a good way to make a living.
Now, Team 10 found David Levitt has a criminal record. Back in 1994, he pleaded guilty to receiving stolen property. He had to pay restitution and fines totaling more than $3,500 and was then sentenced to 3 years probation. Levitt did not want to talk to us on camera, did not answer our questions about his degrees or his title. For Team 10, I'm investigator Mitch Blocker.